The second Young Women's Forum has come and gone, and really the question to be asked today is, what are we really left with? There's the overwhelming knowledge that there's a massive drive and support for the return to democracy. But not only that, there is some form of understanding, as well as some people starting to practice working within a democratic system. These young women from these two forums, they've put into practice a lot of the typical things that you need to know when it comes to being democratic. And to be honest, it's really all to their credit, because the thing is, a lot of them, especially as young women, haven't really seen a working democracy while in a state of understanding. And so the last forum was very interesting to see, especially with the final document, which there's a link to in the description. The final document, there were arguments over the standing of issues and the inclusion of references and even syntax. Very words that are in that document took a long time and through some of the most painful processes for those who felt really close to a word or really close to an issue. So I was glad that I was there merely as an observer, although I did offer wording one time. It was a lot of heated debate. Like I said, these issues are so close to these young women, so of course they're gonna be serious and push for these issues as much as they could. The document's a call to action for other young women and young people in general, people from the LGBTIQ community, a whole lot of people, because the issues were kind of spread out and not necessarily all over the place, but comprehensive. It's also a document to remind political parties and people in power that these are issues of young people, especially of those young women and the communities that they represented. There's quite a bit of text to get through, and that's why it's linked in the description. But the issues were a summary of the two separate events, the forum from last year and the most recent one. Issues like sustainable development and environmental sustainability, the involvement of young women, the recognition of sex work as a legitimate industry for some. There was also the recognition of the LGBTIQ community and the need to protect their rights and acknowledge their responsibilities and their contributions as citizens. There's also education, employment, sexual and reproductive health and rights, so many issues. It may seem like a little bit of a hodgepodge of issues for some, but really that document is a reflection of the diversity of young people, of young women, of the LGBTIQ community. And it's about creating not necessarily a network or a platform, but it's about giving young people the opportunity to work within a democratic system, because the forum is a democratic system. You have to speak up, you have to discuss, you have to compromise and come to a consensus, and that's really what that document stands out as. So you should be able to find a link to the final declaration in the description below. You should also be able to find the Fiji Young Women's Forum 2 playlist here on the FemLink Pacific YouTube channel, which features a number of conversations, but also FemLinkers themselves pledging to vote. This has been another FemVid. I'm Sean Rolls. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Thank you for watching a FemVid.